Hey, so today's video, we're going to be replacing the VTEC Solenoid on the 2008 Honda Fit. If you want to go directly to the instructions, I'll leave timestamps below. It all started when I was driving to dinner with my wife, and on the highway, the car started bucking at about 3,000 RPM, which freaked me out. So once we got to the restaurant, I parked and I checked the code. I had a little code reader, and I'd recommend this is something you probably want to have in your car. You can pick one up for like 40 bucks at Harbor Freight. So I checked the code and I saw the P2646 code. In looking at troubleshooting for the P2646, I saw the first thing was to check the engine oil. I had been having to top off the engine oil about once a week, and I knew I was going to have to solve that problem. But when I went to check it, it read there was almost nothing there. So went and got some oil, put it into the car, limped it home, and then I did the valve cover replacement, which I'll leave a link to the video here if you want to check that out. Though that fixed a bit of the oil leak, there was still a considerable amount of oil being leaked onto my driveway. So the next step was going and looking at the VTEC Solenoid, which it seemed like that's where a lot of the oil was coming from. So back to the repair manual in the library app for instructions on how to fix that. So I went into my library app, logged on, and went down to the Chilton library, then found my vehicle and looked up the section, which was the variable valve timing. The instructions just show it. You can just pull it out, but I don't think I can get to those bolts and pull it out. I'm gonna try and take off the air cleaner just at bare minimum and then see if I can pull it off from there. Oh, I'm also going to take off the engine cover. And then I'm just explaining that I'm using the 10mm, which was used for the engine cover as well as for the air cleaner assembly. And it should slide right out. Now I can see there's 1, 2, and then there's a third bolt right there. I think I can get to it with an extension. And the VTEC solenoid ended up being 10mm as well. Then it's removing the connectors and removing the screws. There's a bolt right down here underneath. I think maybe if I move that, I'll have a little bit more ability to move that around. So. Not giving me much more room, but I can at least move a little bit, so maybe that'll help. Should pop right off. Now, I don't have that connector off. I couldn't see where that. It would have been easier if I had removed the connector before unscrewing and pulling off the VTEC solenoid. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Okay, so for future, it does clip right there. It was just on really tight. And this is the filter. It seems to be, it's got a bunch of oil covering it. the other part's stuck to this. I'm assuming that's where a lot of my leak is. Now to clean off the surfaces, and I'm using a little plastic body tool just because you don't want to use anything harder than the metal. So here's the old one. Here is the new one. It's in a plastic bag, but it seems to match up perfectly. I picked this up on Amazon. I won't take it out of the bag until I am ready to install it, and I still need to clean that off first. So. And then start it by hand to ensure that it's aligned and that it's not going to get cross-threaded. Before snugging down and then torquing down to spec. Then we put the air cleaner assembly back in. Screw it down and torque it to spec. Check everything's down and connect the electrical connector, then put back on the engine cover, tighten it down. Then I check the oil. After clearing the code, I drove the car around for a little while to make sure it wouldn't come back immediately, and then just checking underneath to make sure that there's no oil coming out, which there isn't. And there you go. No more oil leaking onto my driveway. If you found this video useful, hit that like button, leave any questions or comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.